Tulsi Gabbard was placed under government surveillance as part of the Quiet Skies program and for some domestic and outbound international flights. Now, we did reach out to the TSA. They told us in part, quote, Quiet Skies program uses a risk-based approach to identify passengers and apply enhanced security measures, but could not confirm any individuals who met the criteria for additional screening. Lieutenant Colonel in the U.S. Army Reserve. She served, by the way, in Iraq for 12 months. She was in Kuwait, former Democratic congresswoman, Fox News contributor, and probably known for one other thing, an absolute beatdown of Kamala Harris in a debate going back when she was running for the nomination. Tulsi Gabbard joins us now.
Y'all need to listen to this.
We only know this because of a whistleblower, is my understanding. That's right. That you were targeted and that every flight you went on, there were, 3 to 5 air marshals that were with you, and that you would go through a screening process that could take up to an hour every single time you boarded an airplane, and you do travel a lot because you're in demand for speeches, events, etc. Is that correct? Do I have that down right?
Sean, yes, you have that correct, but this is only the information that we know. Obviously, I experienced a significant change in my travel when all of this began on July 23rd. The Air Marshal whistleblowers who came out and were very disturbed by what was going on spoke the truth and confirmed my suspicions. But my real question is, what don't I know? And this is the real pain and stress that's been caused both to me and my family by this whole situation, is day and night wondering if and what government institution or agency is monitoring my phone calls, surveilling me in my movement, in my travels, knowing that they may be looking for some kind of excuse or derogatory action to come after me. And so when you live in this environment, it's impossible to feel free, knowing that they're looking for a reason to not only come after me, but look at what action they could possibly take against me. No American deserves this. No American deserves to live in fear of our own government.
You know, Tulsi, not that it matters, it doesn't even compare in any way to what you're going through and have been through, but, you know, I was told by Jim Jordan on this show that my social media was suppressed in 2020. I've had my private text messages on 3 separate occasions released to the public without any knowledge or permission of mine whatsoever. You are describing an Orwellian nightmare. The idea that as of somebody that served their country, former congresswoman, that this is happening to you and that people are willing to talk about it. Why do I suspect that those whistleblowers are going to be the ones that end up getting attacked here?
Well, we already know that the TSA has launched an investigation into those who leaked this information in complete defiance of the Whistleblower Protection Act and taking an action that can only be seen as retaliatory. I give them great credit for having the courage to stand up for what's right and for our right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. In their surveillance of me and my family, that is what they have taken away from us. Liberty, freedom, the ability to speak our minds, exercise our First Amendment rights. They have violated our Fourth Amendment right to privacy. And that is not something that can be undone, Sean. This is something that I will have to live with now for the rest of my life, constantly looking over my shoulder and wondering who is watching me, who is following me, what conversations of mine are they listening to, and what are they going to do? How are they going to try to weaponize that information that they are seeing or that they are gathering? Because as we know, under the Biden-Harris administration, they have no hesitation in weaponizing all means possible, all tools available to them to target and go after their political opponents, anyone they deem as a threat to their power.
And I would vouch for you, but it's not going to help you. But not joking around, my understanding is this is now at least temporarily stopped in your case, but not your husband's case.
I don't know that to be true. The screening situation changed in the last flight that I took, but I also know from one of the whistleblowers that I spoke to that even though the screening changed, there were still air marshals surveilling me assigned to my flight. This is the thing.
Wow.
We don't know what the facts are. There is no transparency, and there unfortunately is no accountability. The bottom line is this must end. We, the American people, have constitutional rights that our government is charged to uphold, protect, and defend. And this government, under this administration, is doing the exact opposite.
30 dossiers paid for by Hillary used for FISA applications. That's pretty bad. 51 former Intel officials that know nothing about a laptop that's very real and lying about it in the weeks before an election. That's really bad. This is right up there. I hope you and your family get your good name and your honor restored, and that they make a full, complete apology. And frankly, I wouldn't blame you if you sued them. As a matter of fact, if I was you, I would. I'm so sorry it's happening. Tulsi Gabbard, thank you.
Yeah, you know,
Up next,
folks,
Kamala's campaign.
you need to listen to that. I know it's long, and I'm going to say my piece at the end of this. Former congresswoman went to Iraq, still in the Army or Air National Guard Reserve, and all this is happening to her because she spoke out against Biden, Harris, or whatever. This is what's going on. And if you choose to not vote for Trump, Vance ticket, you're going to see this get even worse. You better be thinking about this for yourself. You better be thinking about this for your children and your grandchildren. But yet we've let somewhere between 9 and 11 million illegals across the border unvetted, including terrorists, all the drugs coming over. And we're worried about a ex-congresswoman, a veteran who's still a lieutenant colonel in the reserves. This is the Biden-Harris dilemma, which will turn into the Harris, whatever the idiot's other name is, that you know. Anyway, please, folks, get your head out of your and vote for Trump Vance.